You've got to ask yourself, if you're going to raise that dam at enormous cost and effort, is there anything better that you could do with that money that would deliver the same service? It's patently kind of strange to put the same water that you clean your teeth with and cook dinner on your lawn. We don't need water treated to that level at all, the cost and the investment to do that. Every new development needs to have a dual reticulation system, some stormwater capture, some water recycling and reuse within that. So that way you're not, every time you're building a new suburb, you're not actually putting a huge hit on the fish river and the dam again. You're minimizing the impact. This happens all around the world, and there are some well-trodden paths: pressure reduction, devices in homes that reduce the amount of water, awareness, public behaviour campaigns. Those things really work. I don't know how many million people in the world live right now on recycled water. And, if we move to that sort of scenario, then the limits wouldn't be as relevant. You could use more. Like if you just kept it in a loop, you could keep using that water.
If water is our number one issue, how should we be addressing it, Ash?
Well, I think you reward the people who are already in the community wanting to do the right thing. So make it easy for people to be efficient with water and to capture their own rainwater. That's probably number one.
So, sorry to interrupt. So does that mean, a rebate on putting a tank in potentially?
Yeah, that's a great example. That's worked well in other communities, some financial support or some incentives to do that. Secondly, I think we need to stay on the education piece to say, look, water's not, it's not endless anymore. And that really helps some of those more sort of reluctant people to stay focused on the issue.
Can I interrupt again?
Yeah.
Can I also say, I also think it's about reframing that conversation as well, that not making it sound like you're being denied water. It becomes more of we're doing this for the whole community. Beyond human, we're doing it for the farmers, for the businesses, for the environment. There is a community benefit, a wide community benefit in that. It's not just about water security, it's about ensuring that we have good water quality too. Yeah,
you're so right to point it out. Water relates to landscape, and landscape management is what you do to get good quality water. And so it would be great to see some significant investment in that Macquarie, Upper Macquarie, and also in the Chifley catchment, because I'm thinking about the Fish River as well here. It'd be great to get some awareness and funding, significant funding, to reinstate wetlands throughout that catchment to help improve our water quality. The state government is onto a net zero carbon target, and certainly globally everyone's moving that way. And one of the best ways to get carbon out of the atmosphere is to stick it in a tree or a plant, So I would imagine if we're half smart, we could be well positioned for increasing soil carbon and revegetating our catchment, and actually being paid to do that through some of the emerging sort of global carbon markets. It'd be easy to kick this can down the road, but we must not do that. We must get hold of this issue, and we must make an informed and deliberate and data-based choice for this generation and others. This is something that we need to deal with now while it's raining, so that we don't end up in the same issue down the track. If we get into another drought and council hasn't grappled with this and hasn't actually come up with a considered solution, instead of the sort of knee-jerk responses that we've done because, oh my goodness, we've run out of water, then that would be a travesty. So, that to me is why I think it's such an important platform to you and us, Marg, is that, it's important to everyone. We owe it to future generations to get this right now.
The decisions that are made in Bathurst in these next, say within this next 5 or 10 years, are going to have huge implications for what comes later. So I agree with you, Ash. It's time to get some visionary thinking in that chamber. I think if I take away anything from this conversation, it's that the answers aren't simple, or the answer to this isn't simple. It's complex, but it's completely doable.
Oh, absolutely. And don't we live in an exciting time? It's almost like as society gets these challenges, one of the good things about having 7 or 8 billion people on the planet is there's lots of clever people thinking about stuff. So as we get the challenges, we also get the solution. And often the only thing in the way is the political will. And that's where, again, Marg, it's so important to be standing. Yeah, it's so important. Craig Rucastle, I heard him say the other night, if you're disenchanted with politics, don't walk away, walk towards it. And that's what all of us need to do with these problems. We don't need to walk away and expect someone else to do it. We need to walk into these complex issues and all work together to solve them, because we've all got a really important part to play.
Love it. Nice note to finish on.